Hi, my name's Jamie Burghardt, and I'm the Director of Horticulture and Education at the Waterfront Botanical Gardens in Louisville, Kentucky. Welcome to the Botanical Gardens site, and today I'd like to talk to you about the challenges we face in our soils here on a former landfill. I'm excited to share with you that we have lots of ideas that would allow us to regenerate the soil and create an environment that is perfect for growing plants. Our soils were brought in over time from areas that we're not even familiar with. They could have come from a forest soil site, but 10 feet away it could have been soil that was brought in from a scraped off gravel mine. That's what makes it difficult for us to know how to plant things. In the planting beds immediately around the foundation of the Education Center, we knew that these soils would be completely filled with construction debris, such as gravel for drainage, as well as remnant pieces of concrete from pouring the foundation and nearby sidewalk. It was better for us to actually remove that construction debris around the planting beds around the building. This allowed us to add topsoil that was free of construction debris and didn't have the high pH remnants of concrete or limestone gravel, which was important for the structural integrity of the foundation and the nearby sidewalk. This topsoil allows plants to actually penetrate their roots into a larger space. If there was too much rock and gravel or a high pH environment, the roots likely would burn or scald, or quite frankly not grow out very far, and thus would cause a nutrient deficiency either now or several months from now as the plants continue to grow. The soil is a living ecosystem, you may ask? Absolutely. You may be most familiar with earthworms, but there are much more, billions in fact, of bacteria, protozoa, and other small organisms that actually work in relationship with plant roots. That is something that is found in nature, and that is something that we are trying to emulate and reintroduce into the soils here up on the Botanical Garden site. Compacted soils are not good for plants because they reduce the amount of space that is available for plant roots when it comes to acquiring water, nutrients, as well as oxygen to those roots. Our solution for the compacted soils here on the Botanical Garden site is a process called fracturing, or probably more interestingly called scoop and dump. We spread 6 inches of compost all across the spectrum of the compacted soil. We then come back with a loader or a backhoe, and the clamshell punctures through that compacted soil and incorporates the compost with the soil that is now exposed to air and light. As we fracture the compacted soil, we are allowing air and water as well as microbes more space between the soil particles in which to move. This will allow our plants a better opportunity to grow and be successful long term. The soils that we are working with at the Botanical Garden site are naturally low in nitrogen. There are 2 options that we could tackle this. We could add synthetic man-made fertilizers, or we could take a natural route by adding organic matter. We chose the latter by adding organic matter into the soil profile, as well as placing a layer of organic mulch on top of the soil. Rarely do we find soil that is exposed completely to the air and elements. In nature, we find plant residue, fallen leaves, or actually you'll find weeds growing across soil in a general ecological succession. By adding organic matter into the soil profile, we are trying to make sure that both microbes and plants have an environment in which they can prosper and grow. I appreciate your interest in our project here at Waterfront Botanical Gardens in Louisville. The next time you're in town, I encourage you, please come by and see what we've accomplished.